Hi friends, welcome to Just Breathe. I'm Michael James Wong. This is a 10-minute practice called expanding the attention. And so this practice will focus on how we can bring our awareness to a simple breath, a simple pattern of breathing, and then how do we allow it to grow, expand, while still keeping that same attentiveness, that same care, that same focus. And that's really what makes this practice unique, is that it is a practice of growth, a practice of fullness, a practice of understanding both simplicity, but then allowing it to evolve into more, but not more in a complex way, not more in a more things way, but just in a more full way. So we're going to work through 3 techniques: diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, which is going to move into 3-part breathing, so belly, chest, exhale breathing. And then that's going to take us to 360 breathing, so full breathing, circumferential breathing. And so you'll see just simply from the explanation of the pattern, it's belly is expanding, then the belly and the chest is expanding one after the other. And then now that we have this awareness of the belly and the chest, so the full torso has this space and fullness, then we're going to breathe everywhere through the torso, this 360 expansion. So that's going to be the practice today. Let's begin. Find yourself into a comfortable position. Allow yourself to settle into where we are. Notice how the feeling flows, how the breath arrives, and just be aware of how you start. You don't need to change anything. It's just the awareness of the moment and the awareness of the breath helps give meaning and value to intentionality. So let's take a first conscious breath together. So just an even breath all the way in and out. So breathe in and breathe out. Good. Let's start with belly breathing. So diaphragm, inhale, the belly rises or expands. So we feel that contraction and lift of the diaphragm. And then we exhale and it softens. Inhale, belly. Exhale. So it's just about feeling that fullness. So inhale, belly expands. You feel like you're filling the whole way around, belly, side body, back body. Exhale. And you just have this ability breathing in, send the breath right down to the belly space. Calm it right down. Exhale it out. Now again, if your pattern doesn't match mine, you're welcome to go a little bit slower, or if you need to be a little bit faster, but we're looking for fullness, so the breath goes in and out. Breathing all the way in, if you're with me, and then breathing all the way out. Let's just do this for about 10 more times. Inhale, belly. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Exhale. Inhale, belly. Exhale. Just nice and full. Inhale the belly. Exhale. Good. Just keep it going. So do a few more rounds of this. The belly is rising and falling as I explain the second part, because we're going to move straight into it. So the second part will be belly chest. So you'll still have that belly that inflates, but you'll just do that to maybe a half capacity or 50-60% capacity. And then the second part, we'll do a second breath that inhales to the chest. Then you exhale full, just like we've been doing. Let's take the last 2. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale the belly. And then exhale the belly. We're going to go straight in so the expansion is immediate. So now half into the belly, and then a second half into the chest. Exhale. Into the belly, into the chest. Exhale. Good. Now feel that flow. Inhale through the belly. Inhale to the chest. Exhale. Now notice the expansion, but pay attention to the subtlety. So focus on the breath. Focus on the chest. Exhale. Good. Focus on the belly. Focus on the chest. Exhale. Just a few more. Slow it down. Belly rises. Chest expands. Exhale full. Belly. Chest. Exhale full. Let's do one more. Belly. Chest. Exhale full. Let's take a rest recovery breath. Inhale. And exhale, pass it. So we can feel that the awareness of the breath is moving, the intention of the breath is moving, the belly, the chest is expanding, and that sets us up really well for just 360 breathing, so full breaths, right? Yes, full, conscious, deep breaths everywhere, front, back, sides, bottom and top, everything moves out like a balloon inflating. And we'll just do this as we close up the practice. We'll take about 10 breaths or so. So inhale, breathe in. Exhale. Really feel it all. Expand out, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Feel it. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last three. Inhale. Really feel it moving to the edges of the torso. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breath goes all the way in. Exhale all the way out. And rest. And just be here. Sit with it and see how it feels. Notice it and feel this attentiveness to the fullness of the breath is a beautiful practice that gives us attention awareness. Thanks for breathing with me today. This is the practice for expanding your attention. It's a beautiful way to just breathe. Thanks again, friends. We'll see you again soon.